Today, we're going to review The Prodigal Father. This is by Pastor David Edmondson. So let me tell you a little bit about this book. I think we have a graphic up there so you can see it closer. You can get it on Kindle and on the paper. Now, it's 143 pages long. It was printed in 2019. The first half of the book is basically the author's story. So if you don't know David Edmondson's story, he tells it. One of my favorite things is that there's as much as what he doesn't say as what he does say. He does cover his parents divorcing at an early age, growing up with stepfathers, growing up with rejection and being unwanted. And it's neat to see how God built this incredible man. I like that he doesn't go into like graphic perverse details. I don't know if there are any, but when you're raised up with an ungodly father, you are exposed to a lot. I really like that. And then the second half of the book, he goes into the prodigal father and how he saw God and how the Lord redeemed that and changed that. It is really great. Now, I would recommend this. If you are ministering to anyone who has a skewed view of the father, who doesn't know their value, who was rejected, who was abandoned, all of those kinds of things, this would be a great book. Right now, I'm actually recommending it to someone whose father walked out on them, and so that they're kind of young, but so that they do not develop bad ideas. Now, also, he brings a balance into who the Father is, and he has an excitement in this book about God the Father that some people don't have because he was delighted when he found out he wasn't forsaken, he wasn't alone. There really is a Father who loves him. So I love that. Let me read to you a couple of quotes. Page 15, this grabbed my heart because he had a mother that was present. He had a need to be accepted by his father, and here's what he wrote. I would trade 1,000 words of affirmation from mom or anyone else for one hint of acceptance from daddy. And for those people that want to perform so that they're loved and accepted, this is a good book so you can stop that performance and know that you're accepted. Also, page 100, he says, I am afraid the church today is in love with a masked man. A partial image of a father that is tainted with others' broken dreams and broken hearts. Many don't have a strong enough personal relationship with the Father to dispute the stories that they hear about him. The masked man. Do we serve a masked God? We need to know who he is so that when someone says something that's not true about him, when you know his character and who he is and what he's capable of, and someone accuses him of doing something evil, you're like, nah, you made that up. He didn't do that. So if you wonder about the Father, if you have issues with the Father, this would be a great book. And then if you're ministering to people, it would be a good book to have in your arsenal. Oh, I'm going to give you one more quote. I thought this was so good, and it pulls marriage into it. It's on page 107. Trust is built on the battlefield, not on the mountaintops. When you go through struggles together and stay loyal, marriage is based on the ability to fight through the battles of life without turning your weapons on one another. I thought that was a good quote. It's a good book. I love the pastor's heart who wrote this. I recommend it, The Prodigal Father.